You didn't think I'd do a review of this? I have a tattoo of the pterodactyl power coin. Of course I was going to do it. I am always here for things that are more phenomenal. Hello, geeks, freaks, and all those unique. This is Emcee Frodis, and this is my review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always, the Netflix special slash kind of movie. There are plenty of spoilers here, so beware. As I stated in the opening, I am a big Power Rangers fan. The series premiered when I was 10 years old, and I was here for it. The first thing I ever had published was a letter to TV Guide condemning Power Rangers being pulled from Canadian television. I made Sculpey helmets for all of my Barbies, for in those days I still played with my Barbies, rather than using them to state my shipping preferences on my set. I dragged my parents to the first day showing of the movie. It was one of the first fandoms I looked up dirty fanfiction for online. Don't think about how old I was when I did that. And it is something I still hold a fondness to this day. Hence my tattoo. When this special was announced, I was enthusiastic about it because it was bringing back two Rangers I adored from the heyday, David Yost's Billy Cranston and Walter Jones's Zach Taylor. Considering the actors behind these roles had rather acrimonious exits, it was exciting to have them back. The plot is that Billy, in an attempt to bring Zordon back from the dead, accidentally gathered the evil energy of Rita Repulsa, who took over the body of Alpha 8, making her Robo-Rita. The OG Power Rangers reunite to take her down, but Trini Kwan, the Yellow Ranger, is killed saving Billy. A year later, Robo-Rita enacts a plan to change her own history, using the power of the Rangers. It's up to Billy, Zach, Rocky, Kat, and the daughter of Trini, Min, to rescue the captured Rangers and stop Rita's plan. This special is, well, it's something. For years, fans have wondered what a darker Power Rangers would be like, and this special is certainly darker, with one of the OG Rangers killed in the opening minutes, and surprisingly not revived by the end, despite the presence of a time travel device. Of course, part of the reason for this is the tragic passing of Thuy Trang in 2001 at the age of 27. But part of the problem with working this into the plot is that it's really, really sad. This is increased by the sadness about the fact that this plot point is there because of a real person's death. It's just very incongruous with the spirit of the Power Rangers, and even some of the feeling within the special. I mean, the kidnapped Rangers are turned into fucking action figures. This is a ridiculous special, yet it's bogged down by this incredibly heavy and depressing plotline about the loss of a hero and friend we've known since the very beginning of the franchise. If they were going to go for this more dramatic storyline, they really did need to spend more time on it. But we don't have that time to digest this heavy storyline because it's only 50 minutes long. Like, I was surprised when Zach is the one who took up raising Min rather than Billy, seeing as Billy and Trini were so close in the original series, it was ridiculously common to ship them together. But I suppose Zach and Trini had this whole friendship we never saw when they were goodwill ambassadors or whatever bullshit the writers put in to get them off the show and the actors dared to ask to be paid a living wage. But the point is, they needed to explain that within the text, not just wait for the viewers to come up with it themselves. Or talk about how Billy is throwing himself into his work because of his guilt over Trini's death, or how Min doesn't want to have anything to do with him. If you're going to go the dramatic route with the story, you have to fully commit to that. There is also the glaring absences of Austin St. John as Jason Lee Scott, Amy Jo Johnson as Kimberly Hart, and the late Jason David Frank as Tommy Oliver. When Trini is killed, Billy and Zach immediately remove their helmets in order to properly mourn their fallen teammate, but the others just sort of stand there in their power suits. And it's noticeable. And once Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy are taken by Rita, two more Rangers are called into action, and I am just baffled and pissed off at the portrayals of Rocky and Kat. Now, Rocky has suffered from this for ages. He has always been the Zeppo of the Mighty Morphin era. While Jason was the leader of the Rangers, as is usual for the Red Ranger, Rocky always played second fiddle to the White Ranger. Or possibly third fiddle. Of all of the Stone Canyon kids, Adam was the one who was given the most development because Johnny Young Bosch was just so adorable and they were able to make a personality for him. Rocky then suffers the indignity of being downgraded to Blue Zeo Ranger before breaking his back and being replaced by a fucking child. He's even excluded from the Forever Red team-up, despite the fact he could have appeared as the Red Ninja Ranger. Then, in this, he acts like he's teleported there by surprise, and he's just concerned about the takeout he wasn't able to eat. I also have to protest the production refusing to embrace Steve Cardenas' glorious dad bod when it came to casting the Power Rangers morphed version, and instead bringing in some obviously 20-something twink. Rocky's whole character arc throughout the special is that he didn't get to eat his dinner. I have a problem with that. But then there's Kat. Give me strength. Cards on the table. I have never been a Kat fan. Kimberly Ann Hart was my crush from a time before I knew I had crushes on girls. She was sweet, funny, and cute, and her relationship with Tommy was organic and natural within the series. They were my first OTP, and I remain steadfast in how good they were for each other. My Power Ranger fandom actually began to crumble when Kimberly left because I was heartbroken. I did manage to keep watching for a while, and then the motherfucking letter happened. The writers could have made me like Kat if they hadn't decided, hey, if Kimberly is leaving, we better just make the next Pink Power Ranger do all of the stuff she did, including dating Kim's boyfriend. And I swear to Zordon, someone on the production team had something against Amy Jo Johnson because they decided to character assassinate Kim in order for Tommy and Kat to hook up. And then, trying to make fetch happen, the writers have continually stuck to their guns on this pairing, portraying them as married with a kid in this. Now you could say that this is the rantings of a bitter shipper. And it is. Anyone who knows me knows that I am dedicated as fuck to my OTPs, to the point of one that I had when I was 10 is still embedded in my heart 30 years later. But it's worse than that. Can anyone tell me a single trait about Kat other than she and Tommy have gotten married and have a kid? This was her whole story. Catherine Sunderland is dressed like a fucking soccer mom. She teleported away during her son's karate match, and she spends the entire length of the special just worrying about Tommy. I may have complained about Rocky, but at least we see him dressed as a firefighter, so we're given a visual hint to the life he is leading, in which he's a hero outside of being a ranger. But Kat is watching her son's karate tournament. And Kat is the only adult female ranger in the special, aside from a quick cameo from Karen Ashley as Aisha. She is the only one involved in the battle, and the posthumous plot about Trini is about her as a mother, and Kat's plot is about her as a mother and wife. Rocky's a firefighter, Billy's a tech millionaire, Zach is a former fucking senator, while the two female rangers who are focused on are mothers. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Tommy's obviously a father. The thing is, he's still a fucking Power Ranger. Kat's powers are duplicated from Kimberly's because she doesn't have them on her own. She has a cute little comment at the end about how being a mom is just as exciting as being a Power Ranger. Look at that. I've run out of middle fingers. So I'll just say, fuck you, Power Rangers. How dare you make this the entire plot about your female rangers, having them be mothers? Now I know what you're thinking. Is Emcee just mad because her OTP is fully crushed beneath canon? Well, yes. But if they reduced Kimberly's role to being the wife of Tommy and the mother of their child, I'd be fucking pissed too. One of the reasons I loved Kim so much, and I loved her and Tommy as a couple, is because they were both as well developed as you could have been in the original Power Rangers. They felt like equals, even when he was leading as the White Ranger. I never got that from Kat, and I certainly don't get that from this special. Well, I've spent a page ranting about Kat, but I was really pissed about it. The actual special, well, it's fine. Aside from the emotional dissonance of the dramatic moments with the fighty Sentai stuff, it works pretty well. It's nice seeing everyone back. I'm not mad at it. Except, for the stuff I'm mad about. It's honestly a pretty paint-by-numbers Power Rangers plot, aside from the darker moments where people actually die. Probably my favorite thing was the new effect for the putty defeat, having them actually crumble into rocks. Rita's putties just kind of went away, and it was nice for them to be given a proper destruction effect now, and it looked even better than how Zed's putties were defeated. This was a nice piece of nostalgia bait. As someone who was a fan of the show growing up, it was nice to see some of my childhood heroes still fighting the good fight. The ending was a bit abrupt. It felt like there was something missing. Some of the Rangers just go off to cure the others of the action figure syndrome, while Zach and Billy take Min to the juice bar to talk about Trini, and Billy and Min make up. It just felt, okay, it's over. But the thing is, Power Rangers has never been that deep, bro. But when you're touting this as something epic, bringing together all of these old Rangers, it kind of feels like there needs to be something more. So in the end, you can find a worse way to spend 50 minutes. But you could also probably find a better one. So comment down below with your thoughts on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, once and always. If you like my videos, subscribe to my channel. I do videos about Marvel, Star Trek, Star Wars, and lots of other geeky things. Be sure to check out my daily headcanon minutes. If you want to support my channel, please visit my Patreon. You can also buy me a coffee, or you can go to my Redbubble and TeePublic to buy my geeky graphic designs. You can find me on all of those platforms, as well as most social media, as Emcee Frodis. So until next time, live long, and may the Force be with you.